I remember when we first met, when you and I had our first session with you, we did a, detailed analysis of what's your starting point, and you used some interesting words, which now, of course, you're a transformed person. But back then, the Shirin that I met said, for when we took at the four wheels of the lifestyle car: nutrition, sleep, stress management, exercise, and fasting, you had a definite concerns about that. And we don't even talk about fasting on day one. But within nutrition, like you said, it was an emotional crutch. It was your best friend. It helped you through the tough times. For sleep, you said you were Netflix addicted.
Yes.
And it's interesting because there is a quote of one of the founders, I think, or CEO of Netflix, who used to say that his main competitor is the human need for sleep. And so that was with sleep. Of course, you had stress. You were worrying about your, well-being of your relatives who you were taking care of, mom and dad. And you had a mental block to exercise. You also didn't feel energetic enough to do any kind of exercise. But there was also some sort of maybe even a body consciousness about how can I go to the gym if I look this way, or if I am this way, if my size is this much. There's a sort of like I don't know, you can tell me what the right word is, but there's some
It's
feeling
a
there.
block. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a block.
And
Now that I've started going to the gym, I noticed that everybody there is so fit. So one of my biggest learnings is that even fit people work at it. They're not born lucky. They're not born with bodies. They just are the way they are. They work very hard at it. And this is people like myself should remember this at all times, that whatever is worth it is not easy. One has to work at it.
Exactly. You're so right. You flip that around on its head. Is if it was easy, everybody would do it. But you actually, you intelligently picked up that if I'm going to feel sorry for myself on the streets by looking at the fit people and saying, oh, they're blessed with a healthy body, and then I feel bad about what I have. But then when you're in the gym, you're realizing the fit people are there. So they're investing in it and getting this. They're working at it. It doesn't come free.
Absolutely.
I love that flip on the way to look at it, because sometimes we get a complex is, oh my God, look at what they're capable of and I'm not. But you realize that everybody's on a journey. Maybe they started before us, or they've been doing it for longer than us. And we are on our journey. So we compare only to ourselves. And when I look at you and how much you've come ahead, it's absolutely powerful. So when we looked at your nutrition, there was, of course, protein deficiency, which we talk about with everybody. There was a carbohydrate predominance. Again, that is probably one of the most notorious food groups or macronutrients when it comes to causing weight gain. And for those who are listening again, I'm an endocrinologist, so we're talking from the hormonal perspective. And you raised a good point, Shirin. Ultimately, weight loss comes from a calorie deficit, but we don't do it with diet plans or bariatric surgery, because both of those are aiming to reduce the calories that come in. And you can do that without the misery of a diet or the risks of surgery by just learning how to fast, because when you're fasting, your calorie intake is zero. But the difference is we don't do calorie counting, because the body actually doesn't have a calorie counting meter inside. The body actually runs on hormones. And so what we started to do with you was show you carbohydrates, how they stimulate a hormone called insulin, which is one of the biggest hormonal contributors to weight gain. So did that, and also we should clarify here too, that exercise doesn't cause weight loss. Exercise helps you build a fit, strong body. And the weight management part, you ended up doing that through the changes in your nutrition, your other influence of the stress and the sleep, and then getting into the fasting.